Capricorn, listen closely. Something intense is brewing. Between June 23rd and 26th, a rare dark energy portal is opening. And if you're feeling off lately, confused, triggered, overwhelmed, you're not imagining it. The universe is testing your foundation, and you're being warned before it's too late. These next few days could make or break your progress. You'll face illusions, unexpected betrayals, and hidden emotional triggers that could pull you down fast. But here's the truth. If you can spot these 4 red flags, you'll not only survive, you'll evolve like never before. Stay with me till the end, because red flag 4 is the one no Capricorn ever sees coming, and it's where the real transformation happens. Comment, I'm ready if you're brave enough to face the truth. Let's begin. Red flag 1, you start feeling disconnected from everyone. Between June 23rd and 26th, something strange might hit you. It won't be loud. It won't be dramatic. It'll creep in slowly, like a fog settling over your spirit. You'll wake up one day and realize you feel completely disconnected from everyone. People you usually vibe with, your friends, your co-workers, even the family members you're closest to, suddenly feel distant. Conversations feel dry. Your energy feels invisible. It's like you're speaking a different language and no one's trying to translate. Now, as a Capricorn, you're strong, you're grounded, you don't seek attention or sympathy, you don't need people to constantly reassure you or stroke your ego. But this disconnection feels different. It's not loneliness, it's energetic isolation, and it has a purpose. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. What you're experiencing is something called vibrational shedding. The universe is separating you from low vibration energies. It's cutting cords you didn't even know were draining you. People you've outgrown. Habits that no longer match your higher timeline. Relationships you've been holding on to out of guilt, loyalty, or fear. One by one, they're being shown to you in a harsh light. And during this energetic window, especially on June 24th and 25th, you'll feel the urge to go quiet, to pull back, to retreat into yourself and question everything. Why am I here? Why do I feel so off? Who actually sees me? This is not a sign you're spiraling. It's a sign that you're about to ascend. But here's the trap. When you start to feel cut off, when your emotional safety nets vanish, your old trauma patterns kick in, you might suddenly feel the urge to chase people, to reach out, explain yourself, fix what feels broken, even when you don't know what you did wrong. You may want to reclaim your place in dynamics that were never truly healthy to begin with. You'll feel that itch to prove your worth, to remind others you're valuable, to make sure they don't forget you. But you must resist that urge, because this is a test of spiritual independence. Capricorn, you've always been the mountain climber. You've always moved alone, strong-willed, focused, with an unshakable sense of purpose. And right now, the universe is saying, stand alone, not because you're unloved, but because you're being upgraded. This red flag is your emotional detox. Your field is being cleared for higher connections. Your soul is releasing relationships that are no longer in alignment with your destiny. So what do? You observe. You notice who checks on you when you go silent. You pay attention to who respects your boundaries instead of guilt-tripping you for creating them. You see clearly without the noise of emotional obligation. Those who remain calm during your silence. Those who give you space without assuming the worst. Those are your people. The rest, it's time to lovingly detach. Let the disconnection happen. Let the silence speak. Let the energy shift. Because in truth, you're not being disconnected from people. You're being reconnected to yourself. And once this portal closes after June 26th, you'll understand exactly why this isolation was necessary. It wasn't to punish you, it was to prepare you for the next chapter, the next mission, the next level of alignment. So, honor it. Let the fog clear in its own time, and trust that sometimes silence is not the absence of connection, it's the start of true spiritual clarity. Red flag 2. Old conflicts resurface. Out of nowhere, the past knocks. An ex messages you, someone you thought you'd moved on from. A family member you forgave long ago starts acting like the same person who once broke your trust. Even something as small as an old email, an unpaid debt, or a vague memory tied to pain resurfaces, loud, raw, uninvited. Capricorn, this is not a coincidence. The energy between June 24th and June 25th is bringing a cosmic replay of your most unresolved emotional loops. Not to punish you, but to test you. This isn't about fate repeating itself. It's about the universe checking to see if you've truly healed. Old wounds don't show up to reopen, they show up to be released. But in the moment, it won't feel that graceful. You might feel angry, you might feel blindsided, you may even wonder, why is this happening now? I already let this go. But the truth is, these energies were never fully cleared. They were suppressed, buried, or neatly filed away, but not transformed. And now, this dark energy window is drawing them out like toxins from the body. It will feel uncomfortable because growth always does. Here's the key: you do not need to react the way you used to. This is your chance to show yourself that you've changed, not just with your words, but with your energy. Instead of arguing, observe. Instead of defending your choices, hold your ground in silence. Instead of begging for understanding, understand yourself. The universe is not testing your strength in order to break you. It's testing your emotional neutrality, your ability to stay grounded in chaos. That's true power. Because some battles, they were never yours to win. They were simply designed to wake you up. If a person comes back into your life during this window with blame, guilt, or drama, it's not about them. It's about how you choose to respond. If you respond at all, you don't owe anyone a reaction. You don't owe your peace to people who once thrived on your silence or your suffering. Capricorn, you've spent years climbing, healing, evolving, and now the final karmic debris is being cleared. You're standing at the edge of your emotional graduation, and these conflicts are the final exam. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it may even feel personal. But in spiritual truth, it's just data. Data about where you still give your power away and where you've finally reclaimed it. So sit with the discomfort. Don't rush to fix. Don't rush to explain. Let the energy run its course like a storm that passes over a mountain. And you, strong, grounded, unmoved, are that mountain. Journal what comes up. Meditate on the lesson, not the trigger. Give yourself the closure that others were never able or willing to give. Because here's the unspoken truth. Closure isn't something they give you. It's something you give yourself the moment you stop needing their version of the story. This is where most people break down. This is where they get pulled back into old timelines and cycles. But you, Capricorn, you're built differently. You're wired for endurance. You're meant to outlast storms, not run from them. And this red flag, it's your moment to demonstrate mastery in silence, detachment, and inner peace. When this energy passes after the 26th, you'll feel lighter, freer, and more in control than ever. Because the past didn't come back to haunt you. It came back to set you free. Red flag 3. Physical burnout without explanation. Capricorn, during this cosmic window between June 23rd and 26th, you may find yourself feeling unusually tired. Not the kind of tired that sleep fixes, not the kind of fatigue that comes after a long day of work. This is soul-level exhaustion. Even if you've been resting, sleeping on time, eating well, you might wake up feeling depleted. Your body may feel heavy. You may experience dizziness, strange headaches, low motivation, or random body aches that seem to come and go without logic or pattern. And yet, there's no flu, no fever, nothing physically wrong. So what's happening? This is not about your physical body. This is energetic burnout, and it's real. Capricorn, your soul is processing massive energetic downloads. Your aura is under construction. Your subconscious mind is purging layers of outdated programming, especially survival-based habits you've carried for years, maybe even lifetimes. And the timing isn't random. Around June 25th, the dark energy peaks. And this energy is heavy, not in a dangerous way, but in a transformational way. It's forcing your system to slow down so you can realign with something deeper. But here's where it gets tricky. You're Capricorn. You're wired to keep going, to push through, to carry the weight, even when no one's asking you to. And so your first instinct when you feel drained will be to push harder, to overcompensate, to stay productive, to make yourself useful, even when your body is begging for rest. But this time, that strategy won't work. In fact, ignoring this red flag could lead to self-sabotage. You may find yourself making poor decisions, missing intuitive nudges, or worse, lashing out at people you care about, simply because you're running on empty and ignoring your soul's cry for stillness. Capricorn, your nervous system is not a machine, it's sacred. It holds the memory of every battle you've fought, every mountain you've climbed, every burden you've carried in silence. And right now, it needs care, deep care. This isn't about being lazy or weak. This is about rebuilding your inner foundation. Your spiritual body is doing what your logical mind can't understand. It's reformatting itself. Think of it like a system update running in the background of a computer. The more you slow down and allow space, the faster and smoother the update completes. So what can you do? Start by pausing. Cancel non-urgent tasks. Drink extra water. Get natural sunlight. Limit screen time. Spend time in silence or in nature, even if only for a few minutes a day. You may feel guilty, but let it pass. The world will still spin without you, but you won't spin much longer if you keep burning through your core energy just to feel productive. Let yourself receive for once. Receive rest. Receive quiet. Receive recalibration. You've given enough. You've earned this. And if you honor this burnout, not as failure, but as feedback, you'll notice something powerful. By June 27th, you'll feel renewed, more clear-headed, more aligned, more grounded in your purpose than you've been in months. Because this isn't about doing more, it's about becoming more. And to become more, sometimes you have to do less. So give yourself permission to hit pause, because the next phase of your journey requires you at full power, not half capacity. And that power can only come from within. Red flag 4, you have a vision, then doubt it instantly. This is the most dangerous red flag of them all, and the hardest one to spot, because it doesn't look like fear at first, it looks like inspiration. Suddenly, you're hit with a vision, a flash of clarity, an idea that lights up your body like electricity. You know what you need to do. Start the business, leave the job, make the phone call, change the routine, move to that new place. Finally, speak your truth. For that moment, maybe just a few seconds, you feel like you're tapped into something divine. It feels right. It feels real. You can actually see yourself doing it. You feel excitement in your chest, butterflies in your gut, even tears in your eyes. And then doubt. Sudden, loud, crippling. It creeps in like a shadow and whispers, "Who do you think you are? You've failed before. What makes this time different? What if people laugh at you? What if you're not ready?" Capricorn, this is not intuition. This is your shadow's final defense mechanism. Because the moment you start aligning with your higher self, your future self, your ego, panic. The ego is built for survival, not success. It doesn't want you to evolve. It wants you to stay safe, even if that means staying small. This red flag shows up at the most critical moment, when your spirit is finally breaking free from the old version of you and your mind is trying to drag you back into the past. That flash of vision you had, it was real. It was the universe showing you your next assignment. But here's the catch. You only get the door if you're willing to walk through it immediately, because that door won't stay open forever. The longer you hesitate, the more your mind will fill the space with doubt, fear, and excuses. It will distort the clarity. It will convince you that the vision was foolish. It will whisper that safety is smarter than faith. But let me tell you something deep and honest. Your destiny doesn't wait for your confidence to catch up. It waits for your courage, and courage means taking the step even when you're afraid. So what can you do when this red flag hits? You act before the fear has time to grow. Write the email, make the call, record the video, end the relationship, start the project, book the ticket, change the schedule, say the thing you've been holding back. Whatever your gut told you during that flash of vision, honor it. Because that wasn't just imagination, that was soul-level instruction. That was divine timing speaking directly to you, and if you let that moment pass, it may not return in the same form again. Capricorn, you've spent years building stability. You've earned your wisdom. But now, you're being called to something greater than stability. You're being called to impact, to legacy, to leadership. And that calling won't feel comfortable. It will scare you because it requires you to become someone you haven't met yet. The old you, they can't take this next step. The new you is waiting on the other side of this decision. So the doubt. It's not the truth. It's the noise before the breakthrough. The more intense the doubt, the closer you are to something big. This is where most people shrink. They convince themselves it wasn't meant to be. They wait for the right time, which never comes. They bury their dreams in logic and call it maturity. But not you. You're Capricorn. You're the sign of the summit, the one who rises, even through resistance. And right now, you're being handed the keys to a new life. All you have to do is walk through the door. The doubt is just a decoy. Let it go. Because what's waiting for you on the other side is the life your soul has been preparing for all along. Claim your power, Capricorn. These 4 red flags aren't here to scare you. They're warnings with a blessing attached. You are in a soul-level transformation from June 23rd to June 26th. Every emotion, trigger, and confusion you feel, it's the universe trying to pull you into your next chapter, but only if you're willing to see through the darkness. You're not here to live a safe life. You're here to live a sacred one. And this energy portal, it's not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. So choose peace, choose clarity, choose you. If this video gave you clarity, strength, or chills, comment below Capricorn Rises to claim your timeline. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. The next phase of your power is unlocking soon, and you'll want to be ready when it does. Stay grounded, stay focused, and stay strong. Until next time, you were born to climb, even through the storm.